All right. Begin our park board meeting. Let's call to order with flags with Gary.
Okay,
You know it's on the right side.
it's so much. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right, we have 4 members in there, so we have a quorum and we're good to go. Like to call for other business items besides what we're going to be talking about. Do any of you guys have any other business items?
My comments will be at the quad parade, so.
Okay. I would like a motion to approve the consent agenda. Can I get a motion?
Yeah, I make a motion.
Mike makes the motion to approve the consent agenda. Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
And Gary has seconded. Motion carries. All right. Board reports, Mike?
No. Fine. Just the big cheese ball drop coming up, but that isn't in park board, so.
I'm super excited.
That's it.
Right? And any board reports? No board report. Do I ever ask you for a board report?
No.
And Joe Jones isn't here, so we're not doing a grant report. We don't have Park Coast, no public hearing.
This could be a short meeting.
Yeah, no kidding. We're just like zooming through.
And we have no public comment because we don't have a public. New business. Oh, can I do the thing there? New business? Would that be new business?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So
So there's no new business.
no new business. Look at that. 10 down in 3 minutes. All right. Santa Quad Parade, our big thing that we have now. I'm gonna have you guys go over what you guys want to say. Then I'll give them a big spiel. Unless you guys want to do it the opposite way.
It's fine with me.
Mike, you have a preference?
For what?
The Quad Parade? Do you want to have me give them a big spiel and then you guys add on to it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we had a bigger turnout this year than we had in previous years. Probably due to the fact that we had a Santa for pictures. And we had this amazing person here taking these pictures. She has given me a jump drive for the pictures, so I will put them on my computer and then adjust the red eye that that people in the pictures have. And then I can email those pictures out once I get set up with a Gmail. And I forget who's doing the Gmail stuff. Is that your guys' new person?
What about a Gmail?
So they were gonna have well, at least have me and Mayor and all the board chairs switch to Gmail instead of the.
Oh, that's not right now. So you'll still use the same email.
I can't send the pictures out because our current business, our city email will not let you go above 25 megapixels. So I can't even send them a resolution picture. It'll be grainy. So the only way to send it, and what I had talked to Sherry about, was to make a Gmail. If I could make a Gmail, I don't know if I could make it and then give you guys the information to it. Or
Okay,
what.
so you'll have to come in and talk to Rachel then.
Okay,
Because
because
I have no information on that, so.
Gmail has a higher megabytes that you can send out, so you can give them better pictures.
Luckily, there's only one picture really per person.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can only send 5 pictures at a time.
Yeah, and I want to do a photo drop of the low resolution pictures to the Quad Parade, so that people can just steal them right away if they want it, because it's going to take a week to 2 weeks to get all the pictures to everybody. And some people will want that earlier. So we'll work on that. We had people from other cities show up to our quad parade. We had people from Longview show up to our quad parade.
Hmm.
There is a trailer park near Drews Road, and the owner of it was there at the quad parade tree lighting, and he says he wanted to kind of pick our brains and maybe work together because he likes the idea of the pictures in the park, doing movies on projector screens in the park during the summertime.
That would be cool.
So maybe I can reach out to him about that.
The telephone company about 10 years ago or so bought a big inflatable screen, movie screen. They pumped it up and they stood it up and they showed Gremlins or something. I don't know what it was. It was in the summertime, and it was kind of a movie in the park, and it was real laid back, a lot of fun. Everybody said, "Yeah, let's do this every time." Yeah, that was it. But so there's some background with the telephone company. You might check with them.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
If we could, I don't know how well we could do that, but
Yeah.
we'll just put that on the agenda for maybe next time. Because if we were to do something like that, we could have some sort of food there that we raise funds to get money for the pop-up outlets out of the ground. The biggest reason why it's hard to do stuff in our park is our electrical is only in the core area, and the only electrical that's outside of it is at the stage. So it limits us on where we could even put a screen at. But if we were to raise money for just one of those to put it somewhere, then we'll eventually be able to get more, and that'll help for our future events that we have, or if we have vendors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Good starting point. The website, the Santa Quad Parade event page has gained a ton of followers on it. People are on there. Some people are posting their pictures from the quad parade. Really great turnout. I think that next year we have to work on the forms, the sign up forms, because what it wouldn't let you do is sign up a person individually without clicking on what they were writing in. So it makes it look like we have 30 vehicles, and you don't have that many vehicles.
How many vehicles did you have?
How many did we have?
15.
15.
Plus a bicycle.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that was pretty
bicycle
cool.
was
Gas
awesome.
bicycle.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
pretty
it was
cool.
good, neat deal.
I got a picture of him next to his bicycle.
Yeah, I thought there was close to 20 vehicles.
So that quad.
It's an electric bike.
Well,
But
it's
it's got
gas bike.
2 wheels.
only 2 wheels, but it's safe because it's not a motorcycle. We just
Yeah.
said no motorcycles.
Yeah,
So,
it's safe.
yeah.
So could we have a bunch of people just drive around in their bicycles?
Yeah, we can add that for next year, get that approval, I'm sure. Could you imagine?
Yeah, he showed up and was in line, and I went and asked like if he had registered because it was a bike. He said no, he didn't know anything about that. He just thought it was cool, and he had his bike decked out.
Yeah.
So it was last minute. I signed him up. I told Sherry. Sherry thought it was a cool idea, so
Yeah, sure.
kind of joined him in.
We could have bikes at the end of the parade, like trailing behind all the quads and stuff. That way nobody gets
They don't
ran
get run
over.
over.
That would be really cute. People who don't have quads or side by sides, me.
Because
But have bikes, they'd be able to dress their bike on.
Yeah,
Either human powered bikes
Yeah.
or electric.
Yeah.
that'd be really
Sure, yeah. Might not call it the quad parade anymore. You can call it just the Santa parade.
You could play that song, Grandma got ran over by
Yeah.
a quad. I know that the big complaint online that I saw was that we did not follow the exact path that was posted online. I don't know what happened. We were supposed to go down Oak Street this way towards the park, but we ended up turning on the road right before Oak Street to go to the park. So if we were to go on Oak Street, we'd have to go here and either go back down another street we already went on, or that back area, which is kind of questionable because there's not really lighting and stuff back there. I'm not sure where it got turned around at, but I know that there were some people that were upset because they were on Oak Street waiting.
Yeah. I parked my car and walked by down Oak Street, and the nice thing about it was they did come over to the park to look at the vehicles. Yeah, and I had accidentally said, you hear them, they'll be coming. And then I didn't realize they cut it short,
Yeah,
you know?
and I don't know if that was because the gate off of Oak Street to the park was closed and
You
the other
always
one's
still-
open. Yeah.
Around, you should still loop it.
Yeah, I'm not sure where, because everybody that was behind Sherry, we just followed her, so we don't know if there was
Yeah.
something that happened.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that
Yeah, that needs to.
and then we didn't get anybody caroling because we didn't have a schedule. And so Sherry and I were talking about next year having a laminated schedule that we could post in a couple different spots in the kitchen area so people can be like, okay, tree lighting starting now, because Sherry wanted to make a speech, but then somebody started doing the countdown and she never got to make a speech. So if we can have like, okay, Santa pictures from this time to this time, tree lighting at this time, and then caroling.
Wait,
Like-
what? What speech?
She was gonna give a speech when she did the lighting, the tree lighting. It was just gonna give like a 2 minute or something like that, just like, oh, I'm so glad everybody came together, blah, blah, blah. But she said when we were at the end of the quad parade, well, at the end of it, because it was just Sherry, her and I there, she was just like, yeah, I wanted to do that, but then somebody started the countdown and I didn't get to do it. Not that she really had any qualms about it, because she
Just
said,
turning on the lights.
Well, yeah, I'll have to talk to her about that because she instructed me to do all of that. So I'm the one that started the countdown.
Oh,
She
you
told
did?
me, yeah, she told me to do that.
oh,
So
preemptive.
yeah, I'll
Maybe
have
she
to.
didn't want to make a speech,
I
but
don't know.
that's just what she
Yeah.
said. So, no, we'll have
Yeah.
to get clarification.
Everything was
on that.
under Sherry's direction on what was going on and how things were.
Okay.
So
She definitely wants a schedule for next year so that it'll just be easier for everybody to be like, okay, when's this happening? When's this
Yeah,
happening?
schedule will make it easier,
Yeah.
more organized.
And then maybe hopefully by next year, we'll have the bathrooms running because we can't have the event for very long without people having to leave to go to the bathroom. So we really need to get those doors.
Yeah, well, that's high on our list of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
next
and
year, So,
give personal cutouts so then I can paint them and
Yeah.
have them
I will
specifically.
There were a
Yeah.
few issues with a few of the things. So Sherry had dropped off the plywood at the high school. Well, she had somebody drop off the plywood, but there was a communication issue and nobody was told at the high school that it was dropped off. So they didn't even know it was there. So they didn't get to do any painting. And when the cutout board that was painted, she painted. She did that whole thing by herself, like maybe a few hours before the event.
was the paint dry?
Yeah, it's acrylic.
Yeah, she did a fantastic job and it wouldn't have even happened without her. So definitely,
Yeah,
To you.
well, I, yes, but having that schedule, then have it better set up because it's
Mhm.
like, where it was put
yeah,
underneath. How is anybody gonna take pictures with their face in the thing? And
Mhm.
it was
You
just,
need the steps
it was just,
and-
everything was going on all at once.
Yeah,
That's
you're
why
in
I
a
felt like-
confined area, a small
Yeah.
area, which doesn't make it.
Then I was just trying to set up the camera
Yeah.
and everybody already started lining up and I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
ready yet.
Yeah.
Not ready, but I guess I am now.
And the high school, they have the plywood, so they'll work on it over the next year to get some cutout boards. And when they do complete them, we will keep them back here in the
Sure.
skating rink area. Because what they're gonna do with the painting that Anne did, they're gonna cover it in black and it's gonna go back to high school. Because it's what they're gonna use for probably the next haunted Halloween, the forest thing that they did. That's what they had it originally painted for. She just made it Christmassy.
Yeah, it was just, it was a Bigfoot and two aliens. Bigfoot running after two aliens. For their Halloween thing, and I gave him a Santa hat, and I made the aliens into alien elves with hats,
Right.
with a snow background.
Yes. So
It looked cute.
it was very cute.
Get a picture of it?
I did.
Yeah.
She's got a picture here with me in my elf costume.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
pointing at her.
And I'm gonna I'll put that online too, once I get to that. I still have 3 more posts I have to make on the quad parade page before I can screenshot everything and just be done with posting
What
everything.
posts though?
One is a picture of the board to show that it was painted and that, you know, I
Okay.
painted it. That's one. Number 2, I have to do the Santa Claus picture drop. That has to go on there.
Okay.
And then what was the other one? I'll have to think about what the
So
other.
you will need to reach out to Rachel and get permission.
Yeah.
Because she had already mentioned that you had posted more than what was agreed upon in our last meeting. And as of tomorrow, we have to get that transferred over to city admin. So you'll
The
need,
screenshots?
no,
Oh, transfer position of,
yeah, the
You'll
page,
have to
so-
help me with that, cause I'm.
and yeah, and that's fine, but before you make any other post, you'll need to get permission from Rachel.
I had talked to Sherry on the day of and told her, like, do you want these, like, pictures of all the quads on there? And she just said,
Okay, still you need to talk to Rachel. Rachel has the say on that because she's the one that manages this stuff. I don't know if her and Sherry have discussed it or not, but to my knowledge, nothing else should be being
Nothing.
posted on there.
so Rachel's the point person.
Yeah,
not
and
Sherry.
and that's where her and Sherry had that conversation. We have to be very careful about what we're posting and how we're posting it and all of that. So, I mean, before any other posts get made, you have to talk to Rachel.
That's fine. Write this right away.
I'm gonna have a bunch of sticky notes.
Yeah.
I'm doing my notes differently today.
I think maybe the other one was, they wanted me to ask the community what could have been done better.
Oh,
Or
public
what,
question.
yeah. the public question one.
I believe we're handling that, if I
You
remember.
guys are going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have to do anything for that.
How did it go with having everybody show up on Friday night for pictures and then again on Saturday?
Friday was for the judging of the businesses.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, it wasn't the vehicles.
No. The judging for the vehicles and the costumes was Saturday during the when they all lined up. And then also you know, we were gonna line everybody up to see, like, look at all the costumes, but it was so crazy at the park, everybody just kind of fled after they got their Santa pictures. We didn't get everybody to stand up.
I will say, I noticed, I saw a lot of comments online about people not even knowing that, about the businesses being
Yeah.
decorated, and if they had known, they would have decorated their business up and
I didn't know.
didn't know it was a contest or.
So there were a couple posts on the community pages, so it only works if you're part of the groups, but maybe some people aren't on there's like 5 Toledo pages, and I think it was posted on 2 of them.
Well, I think, in all honesty, what has to happen on that, because we judge the businesses. And there were only like 4 businesses that really decorated. Everything else was done with the high school, putting
Yeah.
the pictures up there. But I think if you take a flyer to each business,
Right, yeah.
and we could do that as a park board,
Sure.
if that's what we're gonna do.
Well, and we'll need to get permission from Sherry next year because she did not think that that was gonna be a part of it. She kind of liked the idea, but that wasn't, like, that's separate. So she wanted to keep things, like you were saying, in theme. So this was the
Right,
quad
right,
parade. Everything could
right.
have been about the quad and
Yeah,
that kind of thing. So
yeah,
if we do something like that next year, we'll have to make sure we go through all the channels.
right.
Yeah, and she wanted to add one too. She wanted to add best decorated house.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because.
I think we might need a meeting with Sherry because we're getting some mixed information here.
Yeah, 'cause I
Yeah.
remember Sherry saying something that
She's-
she wanted to try to get the Toledo to get more
Christmassy.
Christmassy and
Festive.
getting
Well,
them.
And the other thing too, if you're gonna get a little more
inspired.
Christmassy, City Hall shouldn't have, the employees shouldn't have to do it. City Hall should be decked out. We should be the example if we're
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah.
it.
Yes, yes.
And maybe we as a park board can decorate City Hall, going through the channels to get permission to do it.
I'm sure decorating City
Yeah.
Hall would be fine. I do know,
Paint the windows.
yeah, our window painting, that I don't know what happened there.
Gingerbread man with the head too small.
That was all there was, and then the wreath and the gingerbread man was like,
He looked like from
Yeah.
5 Nights at Freddy's.
so that's why it came down. And then Caitlin went out and did the others, and I guess we have something happening tomorrow, another student's coming down and doing more painting, so we'll have some more festivities out there.
I like that one that they did that was the Santa one. It looked kind of 3D. That'd be cool if you guys got that same artist that did that.
All the businesses looked great. I don't know if ours was just at the end of the day because it was, or like what happened, but it got cut short and there was a gingerbread man and
Senior
a
center,
donkey wreath
senior,
because of
center,
this.
senior center wasn't done well.
Oh, yeah.
What needs to take place? Couple of people at the senior center are art teachers. They need to make stencils and go inside and do
Oh, and
the
then-
painting.
There you
I
go.
wanna tell
Yeah,
her-
but you need a stencil. You can't freehand it. Kids, a lot of kids don't have the skill to do that.
Mhm.
You wouldn't want me to paint anything.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
You wanna tell her about the tree?
yeah. Senior center has a tree,
Hmm.
but then the stump's over here. So,
Oh,
A few businesses washed off their paint.
I've heard a few comments overall that this year wasn't done as well as it had been done.
is this a normal thing? Because like this was all obviously first year for me, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm
They did it
learning.
last year.
They do it every year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But why you would stand outside and paint without a stencil and freeze to death when you could be inside with a stencil painting? Right. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I know that some of the community members were a little too hard on the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, they made some not great comments online.
yeah,
Like, so professional, sarcasm.
yeah.
I'm just like, they're kids.
They're kids,
They're kids.
right?
I'm glad that these kids aren't able to read these comments because it's
Yeah.
not my favorite. Can we get a thank you letter to Dan Gordon? As he was so awesome. And then I talked to Sherry and she is getting frames for the certificates for the people that won the contest. So she's gonna be picking those up and then we can either go bring it to these people or wait for them to come here.
Now, my suggestion for next year, because this is the first time I'd been to it, we judge the quads. You should be able, before they even leave, to give them their award as they're pulling out. And I would give them one of those big ribbons, round ribbons that they could put on the vehicle
Oh, yeah.
and display it.
I think that this year was kind of hard because we had so many people show up right at the
Right.
end because of the
Yeah,
game.
but thinking for next year, and then I would put the quads in categories, like for instance, best in lighting, best use of inflatables, just not put an inflatable up, and that's it.
And then that's it.
And then maybe something like best in creativity, to get
Nice.
some categories.
That bike was pretty
Yeah.
creative.
And then maybe we want to give a theme to the parade each year too.
Oh, yeah,
A thought.
that'd be really cool.
And I would also, if you're gonna do a schedule, I would do the costume judging before they get in their vehicles to take off. Then you can give the award to the costume, the award to the vehicles they're going. The only problem is if people are down at the park and they want to be in it.
In the costume section, yeah.
And there's not enough room to do any of that stuff at the park.
We could line everybody up at the park in their costumes and then, I know at the school when they're voting on somebody, if we had the community voting, you put your hand over their
Yeah.
head and then see whoever's the loudest, and we would just have to have somebody with incredibly good hearing, so not me, to see who is, who they're cheering for the most.
But to put a line of people out for costumes, it's dark out there. You're already crowded where you're taking pictures and doing all that stuff and the food, it's just not conducive to doing some of that.
Does make it harder. We could have, say like people judging again like before, and then look at all the costumes of the quad parade, and then just look at the ones that dressed up that were not part of the quad parade at the park, just so that they can still be involved if they don't have one. I know that there's a lot of people in this town that wish they could have been in the quad parade, but they don't have a vehicle.
Yeah.
So,
If you open it up.
bicycles.
No, sure.
I still really like that, because I can imagine someone coming trailing in the back with their bicycle and then those bicycle attachments, the ones that they put their kids in and have that decorated.
We could have a category for best decorated bike by a kid. That way they have a chance at least, because a lot of kids don't have money to be buying this stuff, so.
Thinking, what if somebody shows up with a unicycle?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
You gotta have
That's a skill right there.
Yeah.
Include them too.
Yeah, I like that.
Wheels. Santa's wheelies, wheelers.
But I think the real key will be the schedule. At this time, this happens, where it's happening,
Yeah.
you know.
Did you have any, I don't think you had any issues, but did you have any police or any of that?
No,
No, just,
I made a joke, it must have been the wrong hour because Landmark only comes here on one type of hour.
Well, and Mike, everybody that was in it, basically, it was an adult that was driving,
yeah.
and the
sure.
kids were riding with them. We didn't have any high school kids riding quads
Yeah,
driving.
they were probably at the games.
at the game. Which the game is always the first Friday of December or Saturday of December. You never know who's going to be in it, but you maybe want the quad to be the second Saturday to avoid that.
If we do that, then we're competing with the tractor parade in Chehalis.
Do you know how many parades were going on this last Saturday?
Yeah,
Vader-
there's all kinds of things said.
Yeah, but the one that they had in Chehalis that they had on Saturday was in the morning, so it didn't even conflict with ours.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Santa Day Parade.
Yeah, we might have to see if the bigger ones are set at a specific time and make sure that if they wanted to be at both, we could make it so that they could be at both.
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of overthinking it.
Well, our options are we do it the weekend that they might play in a game or the weekend that there is a tractor parade that we will be competing against. So, and not only do they have that tractor parade, they have so many things during that entire time. The one thing that's nice about having it as early as we can is that if we do the Santa pictures, then the families can get these. A lot of these families are going on Shutterfly and they're ordering stuff for their families that have that picture on it. And they have to wait for that stuff to get there and they have to ship it out before it's Christmas.
Christmas.
For
gifts.
Christmas, yeah, Christmas gifts. So a lot of these families want to have the pictures as soon as possible. So that's another thing to think about. I don't know, do we want to have like figure out what weekend we want it by like August? Whether we want to have it first or second?
I think you just keep it the same. and
I
however
agree.
it
Keep it the
happens, yeah.
same.
If you start moving it around, nobody's gonna know when it is.
No, it won't.
Especially since I like taking my daughter to the tractor parade.
But she might be in the tractor parade.
We've had this since we started, it was always that first Saturday, December, so.
Yeah, and it didn't rain this year. And there was a lot more people out waiting. And so, and I talked to Sherry about this too. So her in her vehicle, I don't know if it was her and Dan, but there was candy being thrown out, and a lot of the people that were in like the side by side and stuff like, oh, we don't have to, we can't have candy. We're still gonna throw candy, and we know it's a liability just because it's wet right out there. So Sherry and I were talking about getting those like plastic, like basically square, circle, whatever. You put the candy in it and then you twist them and then you put that little thing around it and then just throw those out. And then if somebody doesn't grab it right away, it's protected in that plastic. So it's not a liability. So if we wanted to do that, we could do that and then just have like, I don't know, I could volunteer my time. My son could volunteer if you guys want to volunteer to come here and then just put the bags together for people to throw to the kids. And then we'll get more people out there being like, oh, we're going to get candy. The kids were so excited when they were getting candy. Even the adults were too.
I know, I get excited for candy.
Can't have too much candy.
You can't have too many jelly beans, I found out. Do you guys want to add anything about the quad parade? Do you have any good things to say, bad things to say?
Are you gonna summarize that and send that out in some form? What you just said?
Probably be on the meeting minutes, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything that you think would make it better?
Well, something that you could work toward is just a general parade of which quads and bicycles and all that are just part of it.
Mhm.
And so it would be like a Christmas light kind of a thing with businesses entering.
Oh, yeah,
Floats.
that would be cool.
I mean, you can make it into a real big event. I know went to Mardi Gras a few years ago and we were in Baton Rouge. And they had the night before Mardi Gras, they had this parade of lights and at night, of course, and there were hundreds of entries. And these were mostly put together by groups. It would be like a men's club or a high school PE class or whatever. And they all had their vehicles that they were in, or just walking, parade and droning and all that stuff. The people who know that intimately live here in Toledo, and Sarah Landrum is the doctor here, and her husband Jeff, who just got elected to the school board. They're both from Baton Rouge, and they're his dad. Well, I think it was her dad that started the big parade, and nighttime lighting parade, probably 30 years ago. And we're still going. It's a huge event, and it's there's registration and all that stuff, but it's pretty loose as far as the control. You just have groups joining in, and you just register, and that's it. And away you go. And then somebody, of course, has to organize and keep them in line and everything. But I actually have it on my phone somewhere. Want me to show it to you sometime? It was really fun.
I love stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool to have. If we had people walking behind the bicyclists and they're all wearing glow sticks of some kind, they'd be
Right.
super
Yeah,
lit up.
everybody was fluorescent,
Yeah.
not lit up one way or another.
That would be really fun
Yeah.
to see. I've seen some people go all out and they have glow sticks all over. They look like human lighting
Yeah.
pretty much. But that'd be cool because that even opens up the possibility of having walking carolers behind all of the people that are in the.
I think that's something you could look to shoot toward maybe in 5 years or so, after you do a couple, 3 of these and work the kinks out and everything, and yeah.
Be fun.
Yeah, I get a tractor with hay in it and have a bunch of carolers on the back of it.
Yeah, that would be great.
There's
We did that,
School
just
district phone calls.
some friends did that a few years ago, and just one of the guys had a tractor and a wagon and put a bunch of bales on, and we all sat on it and just drove around, and it was out in the country, drove around, putting along, we'd stop and start singing, and of course there was some alcohol involved, but then.
Well, that's how you stay warm, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Stay warm. I like that.
Yeah,
That sounds like a really fun time.
I did that when I was a kid, and the church did caroling around the neighborhood and in the back of a truck, the big truck with hay barrels on the back of it. It was really cute.
Door to door.
Yeah,
That would be cool. I don't know any carolers that have come door to door in our town. But that would be pretty cool to have. If the light's on, we sing to you.
Yeah.
If you don't want us, turn around.
Like trick or treat, only it's all treat.
Yeah.
Or
You can,
that's the trick or what.
yeah, it could be both if you don't like music. Okay. I like that. Okay, anything that you want to fix before we move on about the Pride Parade besides having the right path, right map online?
Those are just things you gotta work out.
Yep, we'll figure out what happened. Yeah, I can kind of remember the streets.
It's really important to take really good notes of everything so that you can look at that and say, oh yeah, that's right, we don't wanna do it that way.
Yes. And she wants to start, Sherry wants to start planning for next year's quad parade at our first meeting in September. So we might have more time to go over things. It'll be like right after the walk in the park, so. We got it. We'll be a lot more organized this year because we know where all the holes were.
Well, something that we could work on too, is the park board, because right now the maximum would just be 5 of us.
Mhm.
And if we could form some kind of a,
Volunteer committee,
yeah, there's
I like
maybe
that.
it's 20 people,
I know,
5 of us that are official, I guess.
that would
And the
be,
other 15 that are just come and say, okay, what do I do? What do you want me to do? How do I, yeah.
I think we'll have better luck next year if we have not half of our town gone. You know, that
Yeah.
created a lot of but yeah, that'd be really great to have. I know Nora really wanted to be there, but she had surgery, so she couldn't make it. But there were a few people that were like, oh, I would love to volunteer if, you know, it wasn't for like the game or this or that. But I'm sure that we could get people in our community coming in, but what they're gonna want is what jobs can we do? So we need to think
Right.
about the kind of jobs.
You have to give them a specific thing to do.
Specific jobs. We
Need
need
this
to-
done, you do it, and they'll say, okay.
We need.
When you're done, you're done.
Yeah.
Good.
So I can work on compiling a list based on all the data that we got. And then we can go from there on that. Yeah, it'd be helpful to have more people that have trucks because I couldn't get Public Works to move the board from the high school to the park because everybody left. Everybody was leaving and weren't gonna have time because of the game. So I need people who won't be at the game. Okay. So we're all good with moving on to the next one? Yep. All right, other business, goals for park board for next year.
Doors.
Doors,
Yeah.
Restroom.
doors are a goal.
Yeah.
Library one.
Yeah.
And then you talk about electricity elsewhere in the park.
Yeah, pop-up outlets.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna look into talking to Larry Lemons. He might be able to help us out with the door thing. We can't be a was it 503C?
The doors are already being handled.
So Public Works is gonna try to
No,
fix them.
I've put bids out. We're working on that.
So you got it for less than 10,000? I know we didn't have 10,000.
Yeah.
So they were able to.
Yeah, that's,
Well, there's.
that was taken off the agenda a long time ago. That's passed up. City council will approve whatever bid comes through and we'll move forward with it.
And we have that. So does that mean that?
Yeah, I've
it'll-
been doing the work on it. Like, it'll be done in February.
The doors will be done
Yes,
by the end of February?
yes.
That's great. That's great news.
Scratch that off.
Yeah. By end of February. And then we'll just need a new park host so that
Yeah, there's that.
And you need what, those chips or some kind of surface
Yep.
under the playground?
So
and chips. So
I have. My pens are not working today. So I have bids out for the doors. The chips. And I guess because it kind of started with something a while back with us, we're also doing the ADA parking spot in front of the alleyway down here for Steamboat Alley that will eventually Sherry wants to turn into a park area. So I have bids out on all of those. They will all be done in the month of February. The bids are due by the end of this month. We will pick the best bid in January and move forward.
Okay, who pays for that?
that's great.
The city. For all of that, yeah, and we,
City council's agreed to pay for,
well, we'll have to take it to council, yeah, and do we have to get a grant? Is it something that there's funds for? I mean, it all depends on.
so in other words, do we know, how much would the doors be, or,
The
Well, they can-
doors, they vary, so I got
Right.
one bid at 3,000 and I got one bid at like, what was it, 12,000? It depends,
Go with the 3,000.
well, yeah.
Or.
However, I was hoping Jill would be here because I know Rachel said that we have some funding. But I needed to talk to Joe and then Joe talked to Rachel so we can kind of get that squared away because I'm learning all of that stuff right now.
right?
And then we do have some funding that we got from the Esther Bordy thing, which is what all that funding goes towards the doors and then whatever, because
Yeah.
that was only
Okay.
however much it was. So yeah, those that's how that'll happen. And then I don't remember what the answer is for the chips, but I know that that's something that's done every few years anyways. There's just been an extended amount of time right now, since the last time they did it. So I don't know what that is, but John's the one that brought that to my attention, which is why that came up in, I don't remember what meeting that was recently.
Couple months ago, I think.
Yeah, everything's kind of blurred now with those because I got all the information and then was trained on how to do it. So I sent out a ton of bids all at once for different projects.
That $3,000 bid, that we got, the one thing that, when I talked to some of the people that were looking at the doors is that the cheaper doors, you can get cheaper doors, but, they aren't, debt proof. So people could break into the.
I don't know about all that. All I know is with these projects, we have state, what is it, RCWs?
Okay.
Yes, yeah, we have guidance we have to follow, so we can't just go out and say, this is what we're doing. We have, like, there's specific guidance
So
that we have to follow.
Probably one on there that says,
Mhm.
no cheap doors that'll break in.
I don't know all that, but I
If
mean,
they broke in, what would they get?
Toilet paper, you know how much they
Yeah.
wanted that in 2020? Okay. Well, do we have anything else that we are gonna be working on for our goals? I mean, we have, the doors will be taken care of, the chips will be taken care of. If you want another bid on the chips, Larry Lemon also, does the chips. The reason I brought up Rio, whatever it is, it means that because, Toledo Park is for profit, it, cancels out, you can't become one. To get, people to be able to tax write off what they donate to us. So that part's kind of not great.
Well, one of the ways that we've gotten around that is by they donate to Vision Toledo, then the Vision Toledo just gives it to the city.
That would be great.
That's how we got those big gates in the back there. Vision Toledo.
Okay, do we weatherize that, the dump station, like, did we already do that?
I know it's closed down. I don't know if it's been weatherized yet. I
Okay.
don't know if it's been assigned. I don't know if it's been finished or not yet.
I'll just put it on here just so I have it in the back of my head, because I don't think we talked about it at all during the.
Well, I think that, that finding out goals for the park board. Part of that should come from the city. What does the city need? What does the city council? What would they like to see happen? Yeah. You know, I mean, we're just volunteering to help facilitate it, but, what do you guys need? Let's see.
Well, I do know that the park needs new benches, and the high school, Mr. Leggett has already said that the wood shop will make them. So I will have another meeting with him to see when those could be done by.
How many?
It depends on how many kids they have to work on them.
It's a production line, make 10 of them. You know, and everyone does one job and it's like making a
Nice.
tea or something.
Well, we also have to get, so those are the picnic ones. We need a regular bench to go in that tiny little city property park that's over by near the boat launch area that Kyle Wheeler had said about maybe 3 months ago.
The gazebo.
I think it's over more down the river.
Oh.
It's like this tiny piece of land that the city owns and they don't have anything there on it, but we could put a bench there so people are walking, they could sit down.
Is that the one that's up on the sidewalk?
I don't know, if you can find out where on the map it is, I can go look at it and take pictures of it.
Probably the waterfront property that's way down. That's the approaching where the old lagoons used to be, and what is that, state had some property down there and we did a trade.
I don't know. I have no idea.
We'll have to look into it, but if we find, I can get the high school working on the picnic benches for now, and then once we figure out where that property technically is, and you know, what we can even put on there, then, we can come back and then we can talk and then we can find out what the council wants, what the city wants, and kind of go from there.
Osprey.
Yeah, osprey viewing. Well, I know that we had talked about getting some type of picture made of Esther Bordy for the bench for when you sit down, and she'd be like right there, be able to see. Although I don't know who would go through for that, because that would be like, would that be metal work? They would have to, I don't know how you get a picture on a bench. I'll look into that. All right, do we have any other goals?
Nope.
Yes. Do you have any goals you want to add there?
I don't think so right now.
So during, because we're all, well, you and I are new, but during the year, the only things we are really responsible for is walk in the park and now this parade. Those are the two activities that we run.
Those are two.
Okay,
And then Sherry does want to know what your guys' thought process is on, her favorite holiday is Easter. Easter falls on Sunday. We could have an Easter egg hunt at the park. That could be just she said she has between 500 and 600 plastic eggs. That we could just hide around the park and have people come out, because, I mean, sometimes families don't do Easter,
Right.
you know, and so it'd be an option for kids that don't have that. You know, but she was talking about making it interesting and doing like 2 eggs that have just a number 1 and 2 in them for a big prize.
Right.
And then do it a scavenger hunt kind of thing, like she drops a location and for like the adults or older kids, and then they go there and they try to find, maybe have a riddle there to see where is it. Whoever finds the egg gets the big prize.
Yeah.
So what do you guys
that's a
think?
big endeavor. I used to work for the city of Huntington Beach in California, and we used to run 300 or 400 kids through Easter egg things.
Mm,
And it takes a lot of organization to do. We did the scavenger part and the other empty type.
we could start out with the basic one since it would be our
I
first
would
year,
keep it simple for the first year,
Yeah,
and just do eggs.
because you're gonna have to do age groups.
We could go color coded, so everybody who's in under the age of 6 finds blue. Whoever's 7 to 10 finds pink,
Or
you know.
blues over in this section of the park,
Mhm.
pinks over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By time
yeah.
from
So
10
it's,
in the
yeah,
morning to 11 or noon is for kids under the age of,
you do that too. Yeah.
and yeah, and then
Time sections. I like that.
as long as it's not religious.
It would be the day before. Yeah,
Yeah.
the only other idea, which would be like maybe in the future, would be to get a Easter bunny costume so that you could get pictures of the Easter bunny.
Sure.
So,
well, not one that was frightening.
yeah, not a six feet, we don't want to terrify the children.
Yeah.
Maybe someday down the road, we'll do a Halloween. Something,
That would be good too.
not next year, maybe the year after.
Now the market does something right during Easter,
They do.
but it's inside, right? I've
inside.
never been there
It's,
to it, but
It's really small and some of the kids will show up for it, but there's not a whole lot of information out. So a lot of people don't know until it's a day of and they're like, oh no, I'm working, I
Right.
can't.
yeah.
You know, luckily this will be on a Saturday. And we'll just, maybe we could make a poster for it. I think,
Or
Easter egg hunt.
How many eggs did you say?
She said she has 500 to 600 eggs. I don't know if we would be using all of those eggs, but
This is where your committee would come in that you're recommending.
Yeah,
I guess,
Yeah.
so are we gonna plan this right now or?
we'll
Just
put it on the
thought.
agenda.
Okay, so why don't we
Or-
bring it back on the
Yeah.
agenda and get
Yeah.
the details then instead of trying to figure
No,
out
yeah.
everything, yeah.
Semantics, yeah. Yeah, we could do it, we could start talking about it, at our next meeting.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna add on a bunch of stuff, so it'll be pretty simple, and in that time, we can find out what Sherry wants to put in the eggs.
Okay.
Okay, and, did you finish your class? Finish your. What else?
So all classes have to be finished by the end of January for everybody. So, and you're gonna get new classes.
Okay.
So if you haven't finished your classes yet,
Just one left, right?
okay, I need that finished by the end of this week.
Gotcha.
Like it has to be, it should have been finished a long time ago. And then I don't know, because I was supposed to do it and then Rachel changed some stuff, so I can't do it now. All of the assigned classes that will be coming out, if she's done them, they'll be in there. If not, they will be in there very soon.
Now, who's the assigned classes through?
The
State?
RMSA.
You have to take a test once a calendar year or every year?
Every year.
Every year.
Because the test I took was 4 years old, 3 or 4 months ago.
So we're doing the new testing next month, the new classes.
As soon as they're assigned. So, they should be being assigned soon. That's why I have it on here. And I know she's mentioning this at the next council meeting and next planning meeting.
Okay.
So the only time you'll take more than one class a year is if you get hired if you join in the middle of a year, and you'll have to take as you join, you'll have to take those ones, and then you'll take them again at the start of the next year. So in the month of January, you have to take the classes.
How many of them are there? I think we did 4 this last.
4? Yeah, I think 4, because I have like 6 or something like that I have to take.
I do not have any.
And I'm curious why the one for the park board is harder than the one for the city council, because I've done both.
I don't know.
I have heard that too. I don't.
And it was all lawyer on the one I took
I don't
this
know.
last time.
That I could not tell you.
You're gonna have to feed me dinner to encourage me to take this test again.
Okay.
You're gonna have to encourage me, because Shirley told me, she says, if you're gonna take that test again, I want to be gone that weekend you take it. Because Rachel said it took an hour. One of them was over an hour, just the one of the 4. So
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it, especially when it's not even up to date.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
some of the questions didn't even
Yeah, I
have to
don't-
do with the thing.
I don't know how often they get updated or anything. I just know that's a mandatory government site that we.
Yeah, but it's
We
run
use-
by a business, so.
That's why I asked,
Somebody-
who's mandating
Got
it?
some money in
Yeah.
there.
We're just told who needs to do what, and we assign them.
Yeah, oh, I hear
So-
you,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, by the end of January, and if you could please get that done by the end of this week, we need that done.
And if you don't.
It's
if-
on my
If the
roster.
people in the city didn't do it, what would happen?
You're just off.
Yeah, if it's not done, then yeah, you won't be able to sit on the next
Sit
board
on.
meeting.
That's the punishment?
Yeah,
Foolish
I guess, I don't know, that's all I know. I wasn't aware that yours wasn't done it, so.
I've been a bad girl.
And what a shame, because you're gonna take it and then have to take it again in 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
And it could be the same test, it might not be.
Probably cool if it was the same one because we just fly right through it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Interesting.
Not really.
I'll find the links again, because my computer.
Should be on your work email, right?
Mhm.
That should be a problem. All right, informational section, Emily isn't on the board anymore. I'm sure you guys realized that when we had our workshop. She has resigned. Do I have to say any more about that?
It's the inspection, what's that?
Annual park inspection. Who does the annual park inspection?
Yeah, RMSA, which is the same guys that do the
Mhm.
testing.
Yeah. So these are all the guidelines we have to follow is the risk management. Services, so John did this one,
Is this the stuff that's in our packet? Well, all the,
yeah.
who's this John?
He's our
Or-
Is that
Public
our?
Works.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't recognize the last name, okay.
Let's say twice. This one and this one.
Yeah, they're two different ones. One was our meeting and then one was our
Workshop.
yes.
Alright, so do we know when this inspection is gonna happen?
This already did.
Okay, so we just have to
on the
talk
13th.
about,
Yeah, if there's anything you guys wanna talk about, otherwise it's just informational.
We don't have to act on it.
Not unless there's something you guys wanna talk about off of it.
No, I just see some of the things that say, no, we're not in compliance with that. We'd have to do anything about. it.
Like,
to just replace top legs showing signs of rot. Yeah, that will, we'll tackle that when the high school makes the new picnic tables, and then we can make it a yearly thing where they could put that stuff that keeps the wood safe. Every year on it.
Yeah, shellac or something.
Yeah,
What's LP stand for? Where it says okay, then there's LP, WP, and A.
limited problem,
Huh?
limited problem. Says one or two problems in the area would normally be apparent during the course of business.
So it looks like that first item is the minimum of 9 inches of sand, pea gravel with six.
Mm-hmm.
So it says no, but that's being addressed.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
getting bids on it.
well, this
Okay, This
section,
is fine, yeah. I move we adjourn.
the vandalism section, do we want to save up to get another camera? Would that help? Or better lighting? Either of those things help if it's a problem on here. We're just gonna ignore it for now.
Yeah, I don't think that that's gonna do us any good. Cause the vandalism, from my understanding, unless anything's changed and I haven't been aware of it, is coming from inside the bathrooms. We can't have cameras in the bathroom,
In the kitchen area.
kitchen
The
area.
kids are taking out the bolts that hold the picnic tables together,
Um,
and then they're also destroying the picnic tables.
Unfortunately, from the last conversation I remember having, there's not much we can do.
Because we can't have more cameras? Or more lights, or because it costs money to do it, like something we could save up for?
I think all of the above, also they're children, so we can't. I think there's guidelines we have to follow and,
About placement,
huh?
about placement, like if we were to have cameras, we'd have to follow certain guidelines. Lights.
Well, no, the fact that it's the children doing the vandalism, like, we can't just go after the kids, we can't.
No, you'd have to turn it
Yeah.
over to law enforcement, they'd have to do it, but it would get it to stop happening, or maybe temporarily stop it.
Sprinkler like you have for year, you know. Motion detected, and when they go in and freeze them.
Yeah,
I think that a lot of the problem might go away once we get a new park host, because
Yeah.
if somebody's there.
Yeah.
Less likely for things to happen, so maybe we'll wait for that and see if it gets better.
How do you get a new park host? How do they advertise that?
They're advertising it.
City council.
Yeah.
advertised it.
I'll talk to Rachel and see what we can do with that, but to my knowledge, there wasn't much we could do. I could be wrong.
Well, yeah, just let me know and we can figure out what.
'Cause I know that was a discussion topic a while back.
Is there a lot of vandalism at the park?
Not so much anymore. There was there for a while when I first started, I know, and it's cut back quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably because of the rainy season, but it usually goes up during the summertime. But that was one of the biggest complaints from Nick when he was on park host. Was that Nick, the old park host that we had till Halloween? His big complaint was the vandalism that kept happening. So,
Take that with
I don't-
a grain of salt.
Grain of salt.
Yeah, we never had any
Yeah.
reports of vandalism while he was here.
he said it during a few meetings.
Oh.
Yeah,
Then I must be remembering wrong, because I haven't had any reports of vandalism come in for quite some time now.
Yeah.
yeah, it was before he left in October, so it would have been, I don't know, July, August. Or
Okay.
something. Or whenever he started,
It was like end of the summer.
end of the summer, yeah. It
Okay.
doesn't usually happen when it's rainy, because who wants to hang in the park in the dark when it's raining? So, I don't know, hopefully that will take care of that, we don't have to worry about that Okay, does anybody want to add anything else under informational? No, and we don't have a public, so no public input.
Adjourn.
To adjourn. Mike has moved to adjourn. Can I get a second?
What's kind of like
I second the move to adjourn.
I second the move to adjourn.
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 Carries.
It's still like